you will be eligible to get a special prize at the finish line at the Chicago Tri. So we haven't announced yet what that is, but we will soon. So probably the first week of February, give or take, we will be announcing it formally on the Chicago Tri website. So stay tuned.
All right, and Happy New Year, everybody.
Yeah.
Everyone, welcome to our TRI312 Multisport monthly show. I am Coach Brian, and as always with us is Coach Chris and Coach Joy. Welcome to Monday, January 20th. It is Martin Luther King Jr. Day. It is the Collegiate National Championship Day. It's that's pretty much all that's important today.
Yes.
So yeah, I think we covered all those. So lots going on today, but we also wanted to get back into the new year. Sorry, we've been on something of a hiatus, but we want to talk about a lot of the important things that are happening right now, going off starting this year in January, and things that we are excited about, looking forward to for the rest of the year, especially coming up this summer. So that's going to be updates on some races that we have coming up. A new Chicagoland Tri-Series that Chris is going to talk about here in a minute. And then we're also going to talk about some other upcoming programs that we want to cover, and also introduce folks to a new Tri-Kit that we have coming in just a few weeks. So with that being said, updates on races and events. First, the big one, the new one that's here this year, Rockford 70.3. We have an update. It is all sold out. So I think we just found this out just this past week and just over the weekend. I mean, there's still ways that you can get in through the Nirvana program, but then also I think you can still fundraise through the Ironman Foundation. Right. So there's still ways you can get in, but in terms of general registration, we are all sold out. So Chris, I think you may have talked about this with a recent Tri-Social this past week. So any other updates or any other information that you would like to let folks know moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, we've been promoting or, talking about the Rockford race since they launched it because we knew it was going to sell out, just a question of when. So it did happen.
I think I lost the bet of like 2 weeks.
Yeah, I think we all thought it would be a little bit sooner, but yeah, I got to sometimes wait until the New Year's resolution kicks in for most people to pull the trigger on registering. So yeah, it's officially sold out for general entries. You can get in through the Nirvana, which is the travel package. It's like hotel and race and VIP package. But you can also get in through the Ironman Foundation. So there's still those two ways to get into the race if you want to, but those are going to probably go pretty quick too. So those will sell out as well. So if anyone was on the fence, pick one of those options ASAP, get signed up. We did just do a kickoff webinar, so a commitment day webinar for Ironman and TriDot last Wednesday. So we did a nice webinar. If you missed that, you can still get the recording where we provide a lot of training tips in general about training for your first 70.3 if you're a first timer doing it. But yeah, stay tuned. There'll be definitely more training events and clinics leading into Rockford. They'll be coming out. We do have a webpage where we put all the Rockford information. We also have a Rockford Facebook group. So if anyone's doing Rockford, if you pull the trigger, if you want to be in the loop, definitely check those out. We'll put the links in the description. But yeah, we're excited. Ironman season is here and the training plans are kicking off. So if you are signed up, start getting on top of your training plan. We'll maybe put links to TriDot as well if anyone needs a free trial. The TriDot project is going on right now, where you can get 2 months of free training. So take advantage of those offers and get the season started.
Joy, are you excited?
I'm excited that I'm not doing it.
Well, you did a brand new 70.3 last year, right?
I did Louisville 70.3.
Yep. So Ironman Louisville, Kentucky 70.3. I might do that one this year, actually. I'm thinking about it myself.
If you're looking at another alternative, if you're training for later season Ironman that is hilly and you need some practice on hills, Louisville is a good choice.
And when is Louisville?
Louisville, I believe, is August something.
It's the week right before the Chicago Triathlon.
There you go.
Okay. So middle of August, I forget the exact date myself, but yeah, the other Ironman options, if you missed out on Rockford, Other ones that might sell out soon too as well. Early season, there's Des Moines right before Rockford. That's a popular one. There's also
Ohio is also midsummer.
Muncie and Ohio in July are
Yep.
two good options as well. Ironman Louisville, if you're in the Midwest, that's all of these are within driving distance.
Michigan 70.3.
And then Michigan 70.3 in September. Those are all the major kind of or more popular Ironman 70.3s for people that live in the Chicago area.
Yeah. But if you're part of the community too, it's probably not a bad idea that, especially if you've never done a 70.3 before, maybe come join us in Rockford on June 22nd and maybe volunteer.
Yeah, I think
so. Help us strip wetsuits, help provide hydration and fuel on the bike, on the run. Any of those type of things are going to be super helpful. And I know the people, there's going to be a large contingency, as we've already found out, because it's already sold out. There's going to be a large group of us in Chicago and in and around our greater TRI312 community that will be out there. But if you miss the window, but you still want to participate and support and maybe get first dibs going into next season, next year, then definitely come out, help us out, either volunteer or just be there to support those of us that will be doing this for the inaugural Rockford 70.
Yeah, and I think anyone who's not doing the race, who's a triathlete in the Chicago area, will probably be out there spectating. Like, it's going to be a really popular race. All the local tri clubs have dozens of athletes doing it, so it's going to be a real party this year for sure.
Yeah. So you mentioned Louisville. We found out that from just a second ago that it's like probably right before the Chicago Triathlon this year, which is a good segue. Talk about that, because there is a new thing. It's an old thing that's coming back around again. So we have been talking with a lot of different race directors, coaches, clubs, groups, community organizers throughout our TRI312 community about bringing back something known as the Chicagoland Tri Series. So this is going to be 3 races. It's kind of culminating between the 3 state championships of Illinois, Wisconsin, and Indiana. So with that, let's talk a little bit more about what this thing is, what races are involved, when they are, and how do we get into it? So, Chris, I know you've been pretty influential in helping to organize a lot of this. So give us an update on where we are and what is this thing, and then how can people participate?
Yeah, it's near and dear to my heart because it came about probably 10 years ago now. Scott Hootie Hoopmacher, for those who know Hootie, who does the open water swim clinics, he put together a series between Leon's Tri and the Chicago Tri, which locally, that's the beginning of the local tri season and the end of the local tri season. So 2 of the kind of popular races that kind of frame the summer racing season. And those were a series. You could do 2 races, compete for awards, and get ranked and whatnot. I was lucky enough to win the sprint series way back in the day. So that's why it's near and dear to my heart. But Leon from Leon's Triathlon approached us with the idea of bringing it back. And with the idea of expanding it. So now it's really a tri-state series between Illinois, Indiana, and Wisconsin. We're going to just make it a participation challenge, so a non-competitive challenge, so anyone can do it. And the goal is just to finish an event of any distance at the 3 races. So sprint, Olympic, super sprint, relay, whatever it is. If you participate in all 3 series, all 3 events in the series, you will be eligible to get a special prize at the finish line at the Chicago Tri. So we haven't announced yet what that is, but we will soon. So probably the first week of February, give or take, we will be announcing it formally on the Chicago Tri website. So stay tuned. We do have some details up already on our partner websites, so you can find some information about it. Basically, you just need to be a USA Triathlon member. So if you're not a USA team member, you become a member, so you get your member number, and that's how we track the results across the 3 races. And if you become a USA team member, which it makes sense, if you do 3 races or more, you're paying those 1-day permit fees. That covers pretty much the same cost as membership. So should go without saying, become a USA team member as you do those series. And then you'll get that swag item when you finish at the finish line at the Chicago Tri. So Leon's Tri is June 1st, the beginning of the summer racing season. So definitely get signed up for that race ASAP. Prices for all these races gradually go up. So if you're thinking about doing them, get signed up ASAP. Pleasant Prairie is actually the same day as Rockford. So if you're doing Rockford, you might not be able to do Pleasant Prairie as well. But the Pleasant Prairie Triathlon in Wisconsin is going to be the second race in the series. One of the really popular races locally. And then the Chicago Tri at the end of August. So those 3 races will make up the series. And the reason we had these 3 races come together is last year they were all state championships. This year, Illinois is the Chicago Tri is the state championship for Illinois. Pleasant Prairie is the state championship for Wisconsin, and Leon's is the military and first responders championship this year. So all 3 are championship level events. So for competitive athletes, it gives you a better chance at qualifying for the national championships if you participate in them. And all 3 races are also very popular races for paratriathlon. They all have paratriathlon divisions. Dare to Try local paratriathlon club does camps at both of or at Leon's and at Pleasant Prairie, and they have a big presence at the Chicago Tri as well. And so we've also partnered with Dare to Try as part of this series, and you can actually sign up for all 3 races and do fundraising for Dare to Triathlon, the Paratriathlon Club, and get additional perks. So they'll actually pay for all of your race entries. You just do fundraising.
That's right.
So they have information up on their website. We'll be announcing this more formally in the next couple of weeks. So stay tuned for all the details. But yeah, it's coming about here pretty soon, and be a fun way to give back to the sport by doing a little fundraising too.
And I think maybe if you're someone that's new to the sport and you really want to like just dive headfirst into like what are the big races, what does this community look like? I mean, Leon's, the Chicago Tri, Pleasant Prairie. I mean, that's where most everybody goes about almost year round. So if you really wanted to just sort of discover what this is all about and have a really great time, sort of like, again, diving right into 3 key races, and they're spread out pretty well. And again, if you're also someone that is, sort of involved with our community already, but maybe missed out or maybe don't do 70.3 distances, the long course, and you want for a new, fun, different challenge that gives you an excuse to do 3 big races this year, this is a great opportunity.
Yeah.
It's also very beginner friendly. So if you're freaking out because it's a very popular race, don't worry about it being popular. It's also very popular for beginners. It's very beginner friendly. So if you're afraid of the distance or just a swim, the bike, or the run, just know that there are a lot of beginners who do these 3 races in particular.
And in fact, I know at least for the Chicago Tri, like there's a beginner specific division and also wave. So
yeah, and you can build into all 3 of them. Yeah. So if you are a beginner and you're intimidated by the distance,
do the sprint.
Do the sprint, do a relay. Pleasant Prairie's even got duathlons, and then build your way up. And if you want, even at Chicago Tri, you can do the super sprint if you want to.
Yeah.
So it's really about participation. But I'll throw it out there. I would love to actually get comments from people about this, of what they would like to see in a series. And for the swag item, which we haven't announced yet, I would love to see what people would want as a swag item. So if you just did a series, what would you like to receive? Would it be
and maybe go see one of our old videos that we'll link at the end here that we talk about swag and why we like going to different races because of their swag.
If you're not familiar with swag, it's stuff we all get. So what people get.
All right. So question, is it swag or swag? I go swag.
I say swag.
Yeah, swag.
I've heard both. So swag or swag. I think either one is fine.
I think
swag.
Yeah. Flavor.
So I'm curious to see, what would people like? Would you want a shirt, a nice shirt, a long sleeve?
What did you want? What did you want?
A race belt, a hat, a visor, water bottle. Like it could be anything and everything.
I don't think I've seen a race belt in a while that's included as an item. Swag. Yeah.
So I'd be curious to see what people would like to receive. So,
what would be your ideal item, Chris? I mean, I'm giving anything away.
I need to leave it as a surprise. Okay. I'll plant some seeds out there, but I would love to see people comment and let us know.
All right. I want to know what your ideal, if it was for this Chicagoland series, without,
My ideal would be the perfect triathlon bag.
Oh, like a transition bag, or just
a really nice transition bag with all the pockets.
Okay,
I think
so you can carry as a carry-on and meets all the requirements for all the airlines.
Okay. There you go.
Well, I know Joy just got a nice USAT backpack. BFF Tri-Social. Yes. So
Sweet.
it's actually a good segue. We just had our first Tri-Social of the year at the BFF Bike Shop, and those are actually going to be monthly. So
Oh, yeah.
if you want to win raffle prizes every month and hang out with triathletes, we'll probably put details about the Tri-Socials in the video, but also on our Strava and Facebook groups and all that stuff. So
yeah, so definitely like
Stay
follow
tuned.
us not only here, but also we're trying to be a little bit more proactive on the rest of the socials. So on the whole metaverse, as well as on Strava and anywhere that we can sort of galvanize with other athletes and give you as much access to information as possible.
Yeah. And one last thing on the Tri Series that I wanted to mention as well, the prices of the events do go up throughout the year. So stay tuned and look on the websites for those price increases. The Chicago Tri actually has one coming up very soon, February 1st. So if anybody does want to sign up, if you're part of a club, clubs are getting their 10% discount codes. So I'll actually be emailing those out to the clubs. If you're part of a club and you're not signed up for the club program, get signed up also. Or if you're a charity or a company team, we have programs for all three. And if you're not part of a club and you just want a 10% discount, you can now just use my name, Chris Navin. And if you put that in, that's a discount code for the Chicago Tri. So
that's good.
Feel free to share that with friends. Easy one to remember. So I just set that, we set that code up recently for events and whatnot. So if you're watching this video, hey, you get a 10% discount code.
Cool. All right, awesome. Well, I'm excited for it. I know we won't be able to see one of the three legs because I know at least two of us will be participating in the annual or the inaugural 70.3 on June 22nd. But looking forward to seeing how this Chicagoland, this tri-state series kicks off on June 1st, or the first weekend of June. So anyway, moving on to the next big training event that will be coming up. I know we talk about a lot of this on this channel, which is the TRI Pool School coming up March 8th and 9th. So we still have a little under 2 months away from this event. Whereas before, this has been held at the Lakeshore here downtown. There's going to be a new location, a new pool facility that we're going to be facilitating this event, and that's going to be in Bensenville, Illinois, which is about around near O'Hare. We do, and we'll have the link up here for those of you that are interested. Joy just mentioned that there are only about 20 spots left for this particular event. So please, if you're looking to improve your swim and are looking for a great 2-day boot camp for building your swim speed and efficiency, we build you from the ground up, from start to finish, of a great swim stroke. So I know we've all been through it. Yes. We all coach it. And would be happy to see many of you smiling faces out there for our next pool school swim event. So Joy, any follow-up, any pitch out there to the group for why to do pool school?
Do you want to improve your swim speed? Do you want to improve your swim? Do you want to make the cutoffs in 70.3 or an Ironman? Please do it. But also, swimming is a life skill, and it's one skill that you continue to do on when you're in your 80s and 90s. So do it. If you're on the edge, do it now. Sign up. We'll have links in the description.
Yeah. And for people that don't know, just real quick to summarize what the pool school is, like it's 4 hours on Saturday afternoon. And the one that we're doing out in Bensenville is actually going to have a later start time. So it's actually going to be 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. on Saturday, and then 8 a.m. to noon on Sunday. So people can fly into town, and it's actually near O'Hare. So it's convenient for that. And there's a social event afterwards. We actually fly coaches in from around the country, and you're not actually swimming as much as you might think. You're only doing 25 yards at a time.
Drill focused.
It's very drill focused. You have a coach on either end of the pool giving you feedback every 25 yards. It's a really effective program. You get some of the best coaches in the country coming in for it. So definitely take advantage of it. It's for any ability level, beginners up to professionals. Even Tim O'Donnell was one of the ones that I coached down in, I think, Arizona or Texas. I forget which one. And he even got faster on his swim by going there. So it's really good for any ability level.
Great. All right. And last but certainly not least, there's a lot of stuff going on, obviously, but we do want to give us a little pitch, a little shout out to the three of us and what we're trying to build here with TRI312. And if you're part of this community, if you're enjoying what we're doing and you want a hot new race kit going into this season, we have a brand new race kit that we are launching, and it should be probably on screen right about now. And this will be available to order sometime at the middle to the end of next month in February. We will have a store open. We will have it launched. We will let you know when it launches. There will be a 2-week window with which you will be able to order said kits. And if you like it, you're interested, and you want like a fun new like Chicago branded kit to sport for the upcoming races, whether it's the Chicagoland Tri-State Series for Rockford 70.3, some variation or blend of all three, and everywhere else that you're going to be representing, hopefully out in race this year in 2025. We'd love to have you order the kits, and we'll let you know when the store opens. If and when you do order these would be available to ship and then have available by early May. So if you're looking at what your race schedule looks like, if that's an end of May, early June, these should be able to arrive in plenty of time for those races. So I'm excited. We've been working with our partners at Barlow to get this kit created. I think they've done an incredible job of kind of getting our vision of what we wanted to have for this first kit. Hopefully it will be the first of many to come, and maybe some other gear along the way, speaking of swag. But I know this is the one I'm going to be racing in for this year from one race and Rockford's.
Sexy kit.
Sexy kit.
It's sexy.
Can't get better than a sexy kit, right?
No, if you look good, you race good.
That's right. I am a firm believer of that.
That's all pictures. Let's be honest.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I mean, you just got to, I mean, it's all about looking good, right? Yeah. I mean, all the other stuff is like, so, all right. Any additional thoughts? Any things that are on your mind that you're excited for, in addition to our kits, for the next month or two?
Well, this coming Saturday is, I call it my official start to the running season, the F3 half marathon. Yes, winter in Chicago, outdoors, and it's gonna be balmy.
Balmy, what? 40 degrees?
Somewhere around 30, okay. But yes, it is my official start to the season.
Cool. Yeah, I might be doing the 5K because it's the perfect time of year to benchmark for TriDot on your training plan to do your 5K time trial assessments. And the weather might be perfect for actually going fast for a 5K. So if it's looking like a nice enough forecast, looks like the Lakefront Trail will actually be clear, won't be frozen. So should be able to put down a good little 5K time to start.
You guys enjoy. So we'll see everybody else running on.
The actually is clear. I have been out there running, not today, because it's too cold.
Yeah, stay tuned for more things to come, including hopefully our indoor tries. They're trying to bring those back. So the F3 is kind of the start of the running season. We've got some other fun events coming up. The Universal Soul Trail runs. We have a discount code for those as well. If anyone is doing the F3 or the Universal Soul Run, say hello, swing by. And if you're around, I believe it'll be February 21st, Friday. We're going to do another tri-social at BFF Bikes, and that will probably be our ordering party for our new kits. Yeah. So once we get the new kits officially out there, if you like them, want to order them, feel free to come to the tri-social. We'll be putting them up on the screen and placing orders to get them in time for the season.
I'll be there for that. Awesome. All right, you guys, thank y'all so much. It's exciting. We've got a lot of things happening this year. A lot of new things, a lot of things that are coming back around again. A lot of fun stuff for us to be talking about and promoting and supporting this year. So I know I'm excited. I can't wait. It's good to see you guys again.
You too.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
And any other parting thoughts?
No, just stay tuned. Follow us on socials.
Right.
Yeah.
I think the theme for today is stay tuned.
Yes, stay tuned.
But also get on if you need to order or register.
Yes,
Do
yeah.
that now. Do
Make,
that now, and then stay tuned.
make those commitments to your season. If you're thinking about doing a triathlon, now is the time.
Do it.
Set the goal, commit, register. That's how you get started.
Rock on.
Just do it.
Rock on.
Rock. Thanks a lot. And guys, we will see you on the next TRI312 Multisport Monthly. We'll see you in a couple weeks. We'll get some updates to some things and get additional excitement for all the things yet to come.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye. Hey guys, thank you all so much for being here with our TRI312 community. We are trying to get to 312, our 312 number for subscribers for next year. So that will help us greatly to grow our community, grow our support, and grow our ability to help provide information and news and updates and all sorts of things that we will hope to provide for our TRI312 network. So please like, subscribe, comment on all of our stuff here below. And we look forward
Share.
share with all of your friends. And we look forward to seeing you at the next TRI312 event.